Oh, the Olympian gods of the night, show us your ways. Teach us how you would live if you were still in control, but you're not. So I can't guarantee that this is the most glorious thing anybody has ever seen in their life, but it probably is. Hey! Hey! What's up? You're on the video now.
Yo, hey, son, I watch your shit all the time, brother.
Yeah.
So cool, actually. I've seen you around the neighborhood because I watch the videos and you're always by the Throw Park. And I'm
Yeah.
like, I know where that is. It's so great seeing you.
Cool,
But,
nice.
You know, man, honestly, keep the content. I watch your stuff. I watch your stuff all the time, brother.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, so, you know, just, I don't know, man. You're doing awesome, man.
Thanks, man. Nice to meet you.
Keep safe.
Take care. That was cool. So, Olympus. I'm the worst camera reviewer this world has ever known, that's for sure. My first impressions of this piece of goat meat camera were not well, but I think I figured out some stuff. Let's talk about it.
All I want is the perfect camera. All I want is the perfect camera.
So I don't know about y'all, but my first couple videos I put out with this thing looked like a smartphone. Not well. It reminded me of the Canon image, the Canon M50 and the EOS R. Just very over sharpened, like fake sharpness. That look, that digital video look that your camcorder wishes it had in 1941. I can't guarantee that we got rid of that. It actually looks super dark and underexposed now, but the histogram that I know so well how to read looks perfect. Sure glad there's no zebras in here. I hate those. They just tell you right away if you're overexposed. I like the effort, the challenge. That's what life's all about. That's what I'm all about. So I don't know why some cameras just have that digitally over-sharpened look that looks so terrible. I can't pinpoint. I don't think it's the 8-bit file, because the Samsung is 8-bit and it's the most glorious thing I've ever seen. I miss that thing. We should make a video on it soon. I can't trust the autofocus. I think it has more to do with the sensor just sucking so bad it has no detail in it, and then to compensate for that, they add digital sharpening, which just, it makes your skin look so sickly, and the beard and everything. It's just like, what the hell is that? I want pleasing here. That's the whole point of this journey, is to make me look better than I actually am in real life. So when I first got this puppy, I was like, what the hell is this? I was looking at it, I was like, oh my God. Oh God, is that me? Is that the real me? Or is that like another dimensional being, reality clone of myself that just eats fast food all day, drinks hot dog water? Just throw that shit out. But maybe we've reached some semblance of dignity here. We're in Cinema 4K now because I get tips from you guys as I'm doing these videos. I could figure everything out first and then make the video, but come on now. What fun is that? This is the journey of life here. So we're in Cinema 4K, and apparently that has the higher megabit rate, which doesn't, they say 237 megabits. So I looked at the file, it was like 100 megabits, so that's your first lie. But we're in a somewhat more cinematic mode. You can only do 24p, which I find looks so stupid because I film at like Shutter 4000 right now. I expose, I don't have the ND filter. So I expose with Shutter, like a proper dickhead. So that's why it just doesn't look right. The motion blur. That guy on the bike. Wait for it. Does he look right? Is he cinematic? How come you don't track me out here? Oh, you do. Oh, you do. Just not if half my face disappears. I won't film them. Yes, I will. I'm filming it. So anyways, we're in Cinema 4K, which means it crops down a bit. So you're probably gonna see some black bars. Not enough black bars. That's the proper amount of black bars right here. But still, we get by. I also took us out of Omlog. You can't throw up without saying that. Wait, you can't not throw up while saying that. You can't lower the sharpness or anything in Omlog. At least I can't figure it out. It's not on the screen, so we're in a custom profile with Sharpness down, saturation down, contrast down. So maybe this looks okay. And if it does, then we have superior stabilization to anything Panasonic has ever dreamed of. And the autofocus actually works fast. I'll test it. I haven't even played with the settings. We can make it faster and slower, so we will do that today. Oh yes, we will. But let me tell you about some of the things I'm not very happy with in this camera. We got 4 custom modes on the top, and they don't save video features. You can save some, but not all of them for some reason. And I saw the menu that says, do you want to save some or just a little bit? Oh, full. It's full. And even then, it doesn't do it. The peaking works on this front button, or you can punch into zoom on this front button. When you switch to the custom mode, it disappears. You can't do it. Like, you're not a video shooter. And as you're looking at the camera before pressing record, you have a photography outline, pictures, the 4x3 shit. Then you press record and then it switches into video mode. You had no idea what just happened. Completely different colors and everything. Like, you can only be in photography mode. You can trick the system by going 16:9, and then you get a somewhat similar approach composition, but what a bunch of shit. So it's little things like that that tell me Olympus made this camera for photographers 98%, and then they threw in some video features and they didn't care how we would care to use them. So as of right now, if you want to film video, you have to be in the video dial, which means you're locked into one setting, which means to flip into slow-mo, you got to go into the menu and do a bunch of clicks, and it's very clunky. Instead of on my Panasonic G9, I just switch from C1 to C2, I'm in slow-mo. Press record, we're good to go. But if all you want to do is this, what I'm doing right now, just talk to the camera, walk around, you got better stabilization, better autofocus, doesn't lose you ever. Better not. It's a handy little camera. That guy flustered me. See how he walked? It looked like in the screen it was jitter. Like he stepped 3 times. He cloned himself. But man, for this situation, we got the flippy screen, perfect autofocus, amazing stabilization, just a tiny sensor. But does that even matter? We have more background blur than we should have right now. Look at the cinema out there. It's a foggy, dewy morning. Are you believing this right now? Are we allowed? We're not.
I gotta be honest with you, I'm blown away by this image we got today somehow. I don't know if it's because it was a cloudy, misty day, or just the Cinema 4K makes all the difference in getting out of ohm log. Going into the custom mode with minus sharpness, that looks fantastic straight out of camera. I don't even need to grade it. Although I will throw a Fuji LUT on after. You bet I will, as we witness the glory of the Panasonic GH5S and the Voigtlander. 10.5mm f/24. We're at less than 1 Tony. There's not even only 1 Tony allowed in the building. Alright, back to the video. I just filmed that whole thing in 30p. Oh, I gotta mix it now with the 24p footage. Olympus, I hate you. Oh, I'm an idiot. One thing I forgot to mention, Olympus splits up these files into 2-minute files. Every 2 minutes it cuts it. I don't know why that is. It's 1.5 gigs. So that little vlog that should have been like 2 different videos was like 15 different clips, and it's not seamless. The audio, there's a little, sometimes you'll hear a little skip. That's because the clips joined up at that moment. It's not monent. The hell was that? I'm gonna leave.
If I want to turn peaking on for video, does that work? Off, on, it ain't showing up. And you can't punch in for video, but you don't need it, because it, oh no, did I ruined a lot of things just now. But abort that mission. I did notice though, this doesn't really track you very well. If you're outside walking towards the camera for some reason in your show, if you need that as a part of your life, it's not like the Canon where it just tracks you no matter where you go. Although maybe it's a setting, and we'll try that in a minute. But compared to the G9, I think in one test, the G9 actually looked like it tracked better, but sometimes the Olympus just seems to wait for you. It waits and then you move. Like with Canon, if this is the focal point and this is your face, as you move, it's like, it's the smooth ass thing. Panasonic's more like, nailed it. So let's test that autofocus now. We'll find the best settings. No, we won't. We won't learn a damn thing. We're on the Leica 12mm Tony 1.4. And it's a decent focusing lens. Let's do it. Which was the best mode? All the different, there's only like 3 settings for each. I didn't test them all, but right now I took off digital stabe. Are we better? It should be a little wider, but how is the Olympus just IBIS? Because their secret sauce is the digital plus the IBIS. Any weird shit happening? There are squirrels. Wow, he's fat. That's a fat squirrel. I've fed him one too many times. That's on me. That's on me. Does it handle it? 12mm? Any warpy shit in those trees? I'm walking pretty rough. But I'm so strong due to the monkey strength program that it's stable no matter what. You know what I mean? I'm curious to see how much the digital stabe crops in. Let me tone it down a bit so you get the doctor in the shot. Now we're dark as zebras. Okay. I'm gonna turn on... Shut up. It's too bright. Okay, we'll turn on the digital stabe. How much does it crop? Pay attention to that shit. Oh, wow. That's a significant crop. The box is gone, his head's chopped off. Oh my god, it better be worth it. Let's see what stabilization is like without this crop. Just IBIS. Hey, buddy. Hey, little buddy. Here, buddy. Is it tracking you for some reason? Can we tap and track? I don't think it's doing it. Whatever. Just appreciate the cinema. So Olympus, you have something here, but you need to bring us videographers into your life and let us use those custom mode dials, starting from scratch where we're in video mode. You can't even save it to a custom mode unless you're in like the aperture or shutter priority, and from there you can save it, but it never saves the full thing. Those peaking turn into weird shit, custom white balance things, and you can't change that. So that's weird. You're weird. I wish there were zebras in here. I can't tell. I look underexposed. Your LCD, and there's an option for the LCD. It's like, do you want this to look nothing like your video? It's like, no, just put it in what it's gonna look like so I can judge. Right now my histogram's in the middle. The point on the end, that can't be good. Maybe we should plus it a little bit here. But whenever I do that, bad things happen. See, that's bad. My intuition is telling me that. Plus 0.3. Exposure is life. And now that we don't have the dynamic range, with the log. I'm afraid. My major complaint about Olympus has always been their very cheap-looking video quality. And that's why I rag on other YouTubers who use that camera. It's like, yeah, it looks cheap. That's why it's in the song. Your 1080p looks softer than a Tempur-Pedic pillow adjusted for a spinal disorder.
Why do you do it?
I wish we could film in regular 4K with the high bitrate and 30p. We're stuck in 24p cinematic glory. This is not a movie, but it could be. And I usher you to make your movie. Inspire the masses on how you overcame it all. You didn't listen to the man who told you you couldn't do it. You did it. You went and done it. And here we are, watching your glory. Wow. As Chow Tsung would have said, Dr. Sun Yat-sen said, follow your heart, lead those who are lost. I think we're done rambling now. So let me know how you thought it performed today. Did we fix the smartphone quality look? Do I have teenage girl skin? And is this doable for your viewing pleasure? Thanks for buying a Camera Conspiracies t-shirt. And subscribe for more videos, and I'll see you in the next one.